Today, things are going to be a bit different. We're going to paint a beautiful Native American lady using some of the most satisfying techniques ever. But almost everything goes wrong. I'm getting frustrated. Oh no! Look at this! Here, everywhere, like everywhere. Let me show you what happened and how you can paint a stunning lady like this yourself and how to avoid the mistakes I made. Let's get right into it. Now, if you've been with me for longer than 1 year, you probably recognize this very strange setting. Yes, I'm on a holiday. We are in our family house by the sea. I don't have my studio here. I just have one camera, but I am ready to create, even though I'll have to improvise a bit. Lots of you ask me for yet another lady because the last one was very popular. So I've been thinking and I hope lots of you will be very happy with this one. I also found some leftover paint here. It's been a year. Do you think this will work or will it be rotten? So we'll check that as well. Now there's one thing I've forgotten. I thought I packed everything that I might need. I didn't take any chain and now I really fancy making some feathers. I only found a chain like this. So let me mix some white paint. These are my little jars I have here, so there won't be much paint. This, so I open it, honestly, looks very promising. Some of you will be curious, but that's all I have here. That's it. That's my studio. See what I can do with that. I found another promising jar. Purple. Now I do want some brown shade. See what happens if I add some orange. I think we are getting it. Fortunately, I found Fulero here, so I've added 2 parts of Fulero to 1 part of paint and water to make the right consistency. But I hope you can see running off this stick and a little build-up. I want 3 feathers somehow. Oh, that's a pretty one. That means I should have spread it more. Changed my mind. I think my feathers were too dark, so I am making them much lighter. Now I'm going to do this. You see the difference? See that? This is kind of like a smoother feather. So upset I didn't take my other chain. So upset. So silly of me. Last ridiculous attempt. I was looking for string everywhere. The only one I found was this, but it's too thin. And then I found this. Okay. If this doesn't work, I'm going to sleep. Okay, come on, you better work. Your last chance. Oh no, I've got so much brown. It's going to spill. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay, I'll have a nice half. That's all right. Whew. Well, my son is going to be very upset about his yo-yo, but I'll have a feather. Well, the next stage would be sketching the face. You know, I don't want her to look like kind of Barbie dolls. So I might transfer just that section onto my contact paper. It's like a sticky paper. The traditional outfits, they require lots of beads. So I'll be adding beads and strings later. And I'll have to Google up a native Indian jewelry. I bet they got some wonderful stuff. This is the paper I bought. At the moment I just need to put something on. Oh, I really miss my studio. If you are new to my channel, I just want to tell you how I transfer the image. So basically once it's flipped over, I press the lines and the soft lead transfers immediately. I actually am naughty because I use my nails, but I know it's annoying. So for now, I'm showing you just like that. It's super quick. My students at school love it. They think it's magic, but there's no magic here. Look. Now I'm going to cut it out carefully. A quick note, if you are cutting this type of stencil, be very careful not to cut anything off. It's much easier if you keep it all intact in one piece. It's easier to stick later. Now I'm cutting out the flat, so I'm going carefully. Unfortunately, these are the smallest scissors I have here, so I've cut her out. Now when I take this off, you see, that's what we are left with. Predominantly black. I also have this dark brown here, black. And now I'm thinking of the color of the swipe. Maybe this gray with a bit of like a dark turquoise. I think that will look nice with the golden hues that I'm planning for later. I will try a bit of phthalo green. See what happens when those two mix. That's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. I might go with this. I thought I don't have enough black, so I've got this professional looking container. At least I've got a paper towel. Oh no, oh no. Oh, I need some help. Look at this. You know why? Because I put spoons in them and they collapsed, of course. I need some help. I do want to rescue it. I do want to rescue my colors. I worked so hard to mix them. Now, the difference between this lady and all my previous ladies is going to be the way I swipe with my color. I don't want to pour lots of this color on top of her head, because then she will end up having really light hair. I think I am going to put some paint here, and I will be dipping my paper towels in the paint instead. I'm not sure if it's going to work perfectly well, but that's what I'm going to try. This is the paint I'm going to swipe with. I don't want to use all of it, as you can see. Now, to this one, I'm going to add some silicone. And I finally got the bottle here, because usually when I show you my silicone replacement, it never has the bottle. This one, that's the product. So coconut milk serum, that's hair product. It's not cooking oil. It contains dimethicone. So maybe 1, 2 drops. This is obviously not the way you mix your paint, but you know why, I hope you forgive me. For the paper towels. I'm really worried now. I'll knock something over. So let me pour some black sauce here, ladies and gentlemen. So we have black and more black. So these are the 2 plaits here, and that's the hair in front of her. Now applying brown in between for some highlights. I want brown more towards the edges of the hair, the surface. Okay, the first swipe, dipping my paper towel in water. See what happens. Of course, it'll be lighter on top. Oh gosh, it's so beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, that's good. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted a really small amount here. So we've got this kind of a light on her hair, but not really a lot here. Look, the black and the brown sails with the turquoise, of course, but in a really nice way. So that's how I'm going to continue. Maybe a little bit of lighter here, because I know how everybody loves those sails. Notice that I'm going to imitate the way hair grows. This is really important. But now I want it down. Just like that. Okay, the other side of her hair. So now I'm taking a bit more. Very small amount now. And again, this is going to be the plait going down this way. It's funny when you swipe like this and you don't really see the outcome because, you know, you have to peel the stencil off to see that. And once the hair is dry, it's going to be much darker, which is fine. It's just like she's covered with some veil of lace. I think that's rather beautiful. We have plenty of sales on all the other sections as well. Shall we start with something? I must say, I'm pretty pleased with this, you know. It works better than the previous frisket paper. Okay, I can see some bleeding here, but that's all right. I do want to keep this part intact. You will see why later on. That's the part here. So instead of painting very, very complex shadows of the face, I'm going to actually paint only the sections like I did with the Midnight Woman. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just go over, press harder to transfer those sections in a minute onto the canvas. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. I'm taking her down for transfer using the leftover bits that I peeled off. They're very sticky. And now anything like this or your nail will transfer the face. Just make sure she doesn't move because you have blurred image. If you're doing this way, of course you can use carbon paper, would be perfect for this, but I don't want those lines dark. That's why I'm not using carbon paper, but it's safe. I bought some new brushes and now I'm thinking what would be a good color skin tone for my lady. This is yellow ochre, burnt sienna, and a bit of white. I basically wanted browns here, lighter and darker. So I think I'll stick with it. I think I'm going to change for a smaller brush. They are enclosed areas, so I can see what color I want where. Still don't know about the other ones, but I know the top of the nose is going to be lighter than that. The areas around the eyes will be much darker, so that's my sort of main rule here. The rest, you can basically choose whichever colors you want. I know she looks strange. She does look strange, like, you know, you can see some of those short YouTube videos when people apply makeup, the darker and lighter sections. It kind of looks like that. I've got the same skin tone with white for this section because this one is obviously going to be lighter. I'm imagining the sun shining from this side. Now I've got white with a little bit of yellow for very, very light sections. I used burnt umber and rose together. I think that's looking good. She's definitely emerging now, sort of. Can definitely see her. I want to give her some kind of a, I want to say necklace, but it's more, I don't know what's the proper name, choker? I don't know. I'm going to make some beads quickly because I bet I'll have to make another layer tomorrow. These could be, I don't know, some feathers perhaps. Some kind of beads joining here. I'm imagining that this is a piece of cloth, like a woven cloth. I don't really know what color I want on these, so I'm using light grey first and then I'll probably add some highlights. I was going to make it quite simplified, but then the more I paint, the more I enjoy it. So that's what happens sometimes. some shadow here. The plaits now, so once this is done, I'm just going to do this with this nondescript, no, what color this is. So I was totally fascinated by the culture, the amazing beauty of the North American Indians. I absolutely adored everything about them when I was growing up as a kid. So I read all the books I could find. They were so amazing for me as a kid. Yeah, that's my deep fascination. Now adding some highlights, of course. She's going to wait now because I've got the feathers. Yes, they are quite big. I made them bigger so that I can cut them out. And now I will be peeling them off. Oh, that's going to be fun. But why, oh why, did I make them so insanely thin? No idea. Just look how silly I was. This is thinner than, I don't know. I could have made them so much thicker. I'm going to add a couple of darker lines here. Before I focus on the background, I am going to paint the chest. I was going to add some more jewellery, but I think she's got plenty of interesting stuff on, so it will be probably an overkill. And she's got some leather cords here, so that's fine. I'm going to use roughly the same colours as on the face on her chest. I think it looks much better when the edges are uneven, and the same way the face is, otherwise it looked too perfect. All I need to do now is to stick the foil over the image, and I'm going to paint the background. No, I want to explain anything. I don't want to explain anything. And even here, it's just like everywhere. Here, everywhere, like everywhere. That's what I made something that thin, like a thinner than anything. Oh, just leave all that. Like, I'm not building that. That's like impossible. I'm not doing that part. It's going to be stupid, but it's going to be like this. Of course, the background could be painted with a brush, especially if you don't like spray paint. There's no reason it couldn't. Now I'm taping the inside. The edges are the only important parts here. This is my crazy taping. If you wonder why I put the tape instead of just sticking on the contact paper, is because of those two feathers. Because I was so worried I'm going to destroy them completely. I was deliberating between bronze and gold, but I think I'm going to try this one first. So I'm going out for a minute and I'll be back. I think this color is absolutely stunning. How gorgeous. Okay, but I am pretty stressed because of the feathers. So now I'm like, oh my goodness. If I lift them up and if I destroy my feather, I'll be totally upset. Let me lift it up very gently. Okay. So far it's okay. Okay, oh, I can breathe now. Let's see the other parts. Oh, that's nice. I love the crisp edge when you use spray paint. Okay. Well, hopefully the face is safe. Look at that. Okay, last part. Perfect. We add a little bit of black here, and yay! I think I'm going to use the bigger one. It's going to be huge. I'm going to cut it out. It doesn't matter that the edge is not full because I don't need the full sun behind her head. And now I'm going to cut it out. Now I only need this. I don't want the circle, I want the negative space. And I am not going to touch my feathers. I've never seen a worse feather in my life. Because I love the background so much, I thought let's go full on with the rose gold or copper. And fortunately I did take a little bit of gilding paste. I wasn't sure what I'm going to make, but I'm glad I did take it. Cutting out the circle, you absolutely don't have to do it. You can draw a circle and paint it with your gilding paste. I like doing it this way. I find it easier, I find it more precise, so that's just me. Once I apply it, I'll have to wait for around 20 minutes. This is getting dry and I think it's time for me to sign it. This is the same color I used for the hair. I hope there won't be much to improve, but of course there's no problem, you know, adding a little bit more gilding paste and reapplying some sections. Forgive me my dirty nails. I don't know how many of you are fans of eating fresh sunflower seeds from a big sunflower, so then you can't clean your hands. But now scraping the leaf off. Okay. Oh, this part is fun. There we are. It was a difficult journey to get there, but I'm so happy with her in the end. What do you think? If you're looking for more, check out my Patreon, where I post extended versions of my weekly episodes. They've been about an hour long recently. This original piece is also available on my website if you'd like to own it. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a comment or like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you all next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.